to say this. All of this happened just because some people showed up on campus to debate. And look what TSU said today. A group of individuals unaffiliated with Tennessee State University appeared on campus without notice. Campus police escorted them off without incident. Students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner. Professional and respectful? We saw the videos. We can see what happened. And it made me think, if TSU is willing to lie about something we can literally watch with our own eyes, what else are they lying about? Who actually graduated? Who actually passed their classes? Are they just handing out degrees at this point? This is pathetic. And where are all the so-called black leaders? Silent. No condemnation. No accountability. We keep saying black excellence, but when this happens, nobody speaks up. Our standards are at rock bottom. That's why we keep struggling. If we don't call this out, if we don't demand better, nothing will ever change. Oh, and TSU, still a joke. If you want my unfiltered updates every morning, sign up for my newsletter, links in bio.
Now, for generations, white men have spun false narratives, painting black people as dangerous, lazy, and unworthy, while hiding the crimes of their own history. But now, when the lies have been exposed and the truth has come to light, these same white men are suddenly showing up with empty apologies, tears, and regret. But now, here's the twist and here's the truth. Because black people are no longer buying those lies. They're rejecting the fake apologies because forgiveness cannot be built on lies, manipulation, and deceit. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. And of course, if you're here for the first time and you haven't subscribed, guys, we don't know what you're missing. Please subscribe, leave us a comment, and like the video. If possible, share. Let's dive straight to watch some clips here, then I'll be back.
Those MAGA boys who showed up to Tennessee State University's campus to debate racism and then pretended they didn't know they were on an HBCU campus, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that you don't know the culture of the city that you're in or the part of town that you are in. That's embarrassing. There are 2 HBCUs over there. Fisk University is there too, home to the Fisk Jubilee Singers, a black gospel choir that is the reason that we are named Music City in Nashville. We are named Music City because of a black gospel choir at Fisk University. That street over there on that side of town, Jefferson Street, used to be a footpath for people leaving a slave plantation to go east towards the Cumberland. Jefferson Street used to be the original Music Row. It is the original Music Row, where black rock and roll artists and black rhythm and blues artists recorded their music. Etta James, Otis Redding, Jimi Hendrix, Ray Charles recorded their music on that street, in that neighborhood. There's a museum there, Jefferson Street Sound. You should check it out. Educate yourself a little bit. During the Civil Rights era, there were sit-ins in that neighborhood. There were sit-ins on that street. You're standing in one of the richest parts of black culture, not only in the United States, but in Nashville, Tennessee, in the state of Tennessee. And you're over there debating racism and pretending you don't know you're on an HBCU campus? That's embarrassing. That's humiliating, actually. Nashville wouldn't be what it is today without black culture. The Nash Vegas that it is today is just white corporate capitalism repackaging black culture as some sort of consumable product to encourage people to come here and buy alcohol in honky-tonk bars owned by white country artists. This city is black history. I mean, what are we known for? Music and hot chicken, both things given to us by black Tennesseans. And you're going to step foot in that side. That used to be one of the wealthiest black-owned neighborhoods in the United States. They had one of the wealthiest black-owned banks in the United States, and the state built a highway over their neighborhood to disperse people, to break it up. It's environmental racism. You don't know what city you're in. You don't know what ground you're standing on. And for that reason, you should not be debating anything.
So y'all decided to get on news stations, the Fearless Tour, and you said that you didn't know it was an HBCU. That's what you said. But we got receipts that say that you did know. Hold on just a minute. What's that? I'm sorry, That would be your social media. Is that correct? Exhibit A says that you knew that Texas State University was an HBCU because there it is. Isn't that you? Hold on. And what about that one? That's not you either? So this one is specifically for your Fearless Tour social media page. And you specifically also said that it was an HBCU. So that would be Exhibit B, correct? So then the question is, who wrote this? We didn't, right? You did. And right now, in a court of law, you would have basically perjured yourself because that's you, dog. That's all you. You know, we had this conversation over the past 2 days now. This would make day number 3, where it is clear that this particular group of folks who are not a part of Turning Point at all, and I don't condone any of it, but the one thing that I will say is that you're looking for trouble. We are fully aware of what you're doing, and you're also trying to create yourself as the victim. When we all saw the video, when young people who were actually there at Texas State University, the HBCU, the Texas State University, were there and they went live and they recorded it, they showed what actually happened. And we got an opportunity to see it before you created your own narrative. And then you went on your own social media and you said that you were at TSU and HBCU. That must have been a little ghost with little Nike signs and a little red hat. That was running around creating that for you and you didn't know. Do better. Do better. What we want you to do is to leave us alone. If you want to literally debate, follow the school's protocol and register, sign up, find a student organization that would help you to get set up properly following the school's protocol. There are those that would say, well, it's a public college, you can do that. Every college has their own protocol that you have to follow, and it is for the safety of the staff and the student body. We understand that some of these HBCUs are public colleges, but if you really meant good, if you really, really meant good, you would connect with your student body, a student organization. You would connect with the counselor's office. You would connect with the school administration, the school president. You would connect with the alumni association, and you would build those relationships so that you could do this with decency and order. That's not what you want. And that is where we know that this is a game for you, so that you can literally create yourself to be the victim. Now, you played yourself because clearly that was you. How you gonna come out of this one? As a matter of fact, don't. Just do what we want you to do, folks. And that's just leave us alone. Leave us alone. That's all we ask. Do you hear that softness in my voice? Don't take that as my weakness, or that of the Black community, or any other for that matter.
Seems to me that Tennessee State University, the HBCU school, that would not let the student, or they done something on campus when the student wanted to set a table up and they acted a fool. Baby, why y'all ain't acting a fool for them daggone grades? Why only 15 to 16% of the entire school graduates? Y'all ain't worried about that though, y'all.
Why is it so easy to get on the internet when we have access to ChatGPT and Google to verify any opinion or point you're trying to make? Why is it so easy to get on the internet and lie? We can verify if the fact that you're speaking is a fact or is it a lie. Again, we have access to ChatGPT You see the prompt, what is Tennessee State's university graduation rate? And it says around 33%. Now, while I can acknowledge that maybe that graduation rate needs to be a little higher, 33% is a lot. It's a lot higher than 15 to 16%. It's not in the same category, especially when you consider certain variables that HBCU students have that other students don't. Some of the main reason why you see this major drop off in HBCUs is strictly funding. Not because they're not smart enough, not because they're not intelligent, but a lot of the students, predominantly black, don't have the funding to finish their college degree, so they drop out. That's one. Two, if you're going to speak about the event that happened at the HBCU where these MAGA who weren't students, keyword, they were not students, just interrupted a HBCU without following proper protocol, at least get the story right. But again, y'all trying to get clicks and views under the guise of having your own opinion or being conservative. This is my problem with sometimes y'all conservatives. It's not wrong with being conservatives, but at least state the story straight. When you attend any college or any school, you need to get verifiable permission from the administration. Hell, after COVID, I can't even walk into my kids' grade school and show up just to pop in their classroom like our parents used to do back in the 80s. You got to stand outside, speak through a loudspeaker, and then get buzzed in the office. So just think, you don't have permission to go on college A, B, C, or D, private, HBCU, non-HBCU, and you just show up at a school and plop a table down. You're getting ran off the campus, if not by the students, by the administration, or by campus security. So why lie? Because you want to be conservative and it's your own opinion. But why lie about it? This is proper protocol at any college. You cannot show up there without having permission from the administration. No, those people didn't just want to set a table up and debate. No, they weren't just some random students. But hey, I guess y'all need y'all rent paid on these.
Some Charlie Kirk acolytes tried going to TSU yesterday, which is Tennessee State University, an HBCU, and the students weren't having it. Let's get into it. So there was like 3 Charlie Kirk acolytes wearing Trump hats who went to Tennessee State University yesterday, which is an HBCU, tried setting up on campus, and when the students saw what was happening, they said, oh hell no, it ain't going on today. And I'm about to show you the video of it right now.
Reporters invaded our HBCU.
What is going on over here?
You called the East primitive, but what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your... You guys didn't make shit. You guys touch children. You guys fuck.
Showing them.
I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, like penalty or something, because
Sending them off.
Tell him it's that boy. He thought he was gonna come up like Charlie
Yes.
Kirk, man. That nigga.
yes,
Trying to make
yes.
it.
Say good job, TSU.
Good job. Shout out to my...
So this is the statement TSU put out after it happened. They said that the Charlie Kirk people showed up. They did not have a permit, no prior approval. They just showed up, put a table down and some chairs, and was going to start shit. There's plenty of colleges around here they could have went to. Belmont, Lipscomb, Trevecca, all Christian colleges. All probably would love to hear from them. They didn't go over there. No, they went to the HBCU. So if you ever want to know what standing 10 toes down is, this is standing 10 toes down. The black community shows up again, stands on business, gets them the fuck out of there, and does it peacefully. Exactly how it should be done. Bravo to the students at TSU.
So this right here, this happened yesterday. Yesterday at Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee. Those of you who don't know, Tennessee State is an historically black college university, an HBCU. These two and whatever group they're part of say that they're going on an HBCU tour to debate. Now let's be honest. They're not showing up on HBCU campuses to debate. They're showing up to agitate us, to agitate our children, and to incite a response from us. To all my young brothers and sisters attending an HBCU, don't give them what they want. The fact is that they just cannot seem to just leave us alone. We didn't ask to be bothered, but yet and still they feed off of bothering us. And they want to agitate us. They want our young people to respond in a violent way so that it substantiates their point of us being violent people. Do not give them what they want. So young brothers and sisters, if you see these groups on your college campus, on your HBCU campus, don't give them what they want. Ignore them. Just keep walking by as if you do not see them. That will anger them more than you sitting there yelling back and forth at them. Don't give them what they want. So my young brothers and sisters, the only response they should see from you is that you're unbothered, that you're so unbothered by their tactics to incite, to try to poke the bear, to get you to respond. Don't give it to them. Just go about your day being the amazing, intelligent, young, black, beautiful person that you are. Because haters gonna hate.
To my HBCU students, if someone comes to your campus to debate and the topics in question is DEI is wrong, yes or no? Black people are criminals, yes or no? Let's debate, black people commit all the crimes. Hello, they're rage baiting you. Your job is to point and laugh. Do not engage, please. And another thing, one of the ways that Charlie Kirk became so successful is because a lot of college students are just so passionate about standing up for what they believe in that even if they're not particularly well versed in the subject matter or particularly articulate, they still go up to debate. If you don't have the gift of gab, if you are not extremely well versed in the subject matter, if you get nervous and you stutter and you're not quick on your feet, you're not that one. You're not that one to go and try to debate people who go and antagonize and harass people for a fucking living. They do that all day. Debating is a skill, right? 75% of it has nothing to do with the substance of your argument and whether or not you're correct. So if you don't have the skill of debating, that's okay. Somebody else does. They literally want you to act a certain way so that they can say, we went to this black college and now we're suing them because they threw stuff at us in X, Y, and Z. Please stop being so play-wittable. Stop being gullible. Ignore them. People are slow and they like to be entertained. They don't care about the substance of your argument if you talk fast and you sound smart. And that's how certain content creators were able to become successful in this whole debate on college campuses thing, because they're good at debating and they're good at talking. It doesn't mean they're right. So I understand that you want to go up against them because you know that what they're saying is objectively false. But if you yourself cannot articulate that, then I'm sorry, it's just not your job to do it.
If y'all didn't know, yesterday an odious duo with a bunch of cameras set up shop at TSU. And we're not going to give them any links or bandwidth here, right? It's clearly a provocation. But why? Why would they come onto a black campus to stream, just to kick up hate? In this book, Manifesting Violence, White Terrorism, Digital Culture, and the Rhetoric of Replacement, Kelly and Sipe explain that when someone is immersed in this digital culture of racism, these rhetorical devices transform entertainment into empowered action. In other words, this is a recruitment tool. Only these red hats aren't trying to recruit TSU students, right, who are largely black. They are trying to use TSU students as a recruitment tool to create more racist whites. Because with the right tools, right, with the right TSU student tools, it can become insanely profitable to do this, right? There are scholars who track this money and they'll tell you. In Daniel Byman's book, Spreading Hate, The Global Rise of White Supremacist Terrorism, there's a chapter on social media that discusses how white supremacists deploy platforms like this one, to help their cause, right? They can spread misinformation and they can take advantage of monetization by couching their harmful rhetoric in these familiar formats like just asking questions or free speech, lol, right? And streaming hours of it. And of course, the social media companies make money off of it too. Everyone's a winner except the rest of us. Byman writes, quote, videos are more visceral than words, and many of those radicalized cite online videos as essential to the process. In addition, through videos, potential recruits learn the jargon of white supremacy, not just how to think like a white supremacist, but how to act like one. Make no mistake, right? TSU students were victims of a hate crime here. You don't come into someone's house and then tell them that they aren't people and then live stream their reactions on a channel whose sole purpose is monetization while feeding viewers into hate group pipelines, okay? That's what this is. Anyway, here are my sources. Pause now and get reading.
The white boys that pulled up to the HBCU to looking for a debate, DEI, conservatism, etc., etc. I'm not here to question your motives, but optically, it wasn't a good look. Right message, wrong messenger. Now, I appreciate that you guys tried and also brought this conversation to the front of the class because it's long overdue that black people in the black community, HBCUs, have a conversation about free speech and conservatism. Black people are conservative, but the HBCUs have turned into a liberal indoctrination camp. It has been infested. Black people are conservative. They send their kids to these liberal arts HBCUs. Then next thing you know, these girls cut their hair off. They got these septum rings and they talking about white supremacy this, white supremacy that. All that money donated to the HBCUs, Trump allocating all that money. And what do you get from that? You get septum ring piercings, you get crippling student loan debt. Like HBCUs, they need conservatives, point blank. Conservatives need a space in HBCUs if they're going to change course. They might need a new conservative president, new conservative dean. They're going to need at least have a conservative conversation because they're the amount of money being invested into HBCUs and these kids are coming out of the school with this type of degree, with liberal arts degrees and can't nothing in AI, engineering, nothing like that. They're just going there to be told that white supremacy is holding them back and why their student loan is the way that it is. Come on now. Come on. So we need the Bible back in HBCUs. We need conservatives back in HBCUs. And until that changes, all that money that Trump invested will be just flushed down the toilet because nothing's going to change.
Watch how these HBCU students treat these MAGA folks running up on their campus at TSU.
MAGA supporters invaded our HBCU.
What is going on over here?
You called the East primitive, but what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your... You guys didn't make... You guys touch children. You
Wrap it up.
Showing them the door.
Wrap it up. Deuces.
We walking them to the door,
Get
y'all.
to step.
I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get a trespass, penalty or something because
Sending them off.
Tell him it's that boy. He thought he was gonna come up like Charlie.
Yes.
That
yes.
trying to make
Say good job, TSU.
Good job. Shout out to my school.
Incredible job, TSU. Because they, believing their own lies, thought they was going to run up in your school and that you was going to battle them with their violence and their BS. And y'all said, we at school, we're going to battle you with knowledge. Now, for the black cops that was there helping them, that's another conversation for another time. However, in this conversation, I just want to big y'all up. Because you said, get out of our school because we are getting in these blocks.
Black organizations are a disgrace. Check this out. This is Tennessee State University coming out and saying that their students acted in a professional manner. Today, a group of individuals unaffiliated with Tennessee State University appeared on campus without prior notice. In accordance with university policy, any demonstration or protest activity requires advance approval and permitting. Campus police and staff responded promptly, and the individuals were escorted from university grounds without incident. At all times, TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner. I'm gonna come back to that in a sec. Let's continue. The safety and well-being of our students, faculty, and staff remain our highest priority. TSU will continue to uphold university policies and ensure that campus remains a safe, welcoming, and orderly environment for all members of our community. Let's come back to this. At all times, TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner. Okay, now tell me, was this professional and respectful? Roll the clip. Now, that was professional. That was respectful. It's crazy, huh?
Now guys, welcome back. For decades, white men have created damaging stories to justify racism by criminalizing black men to feed mass incarceration, dehumanizing black women to strip them of dignity, erasing black achievements to glorify their own. These are not just mistakes. They were deliberate lies to maintain the white power. And now, when the truth can't be hidden anymore, through history books, through the social media, and the global voices, some white men are crying crocodile tears by coming out with shanky voices saying that they are sorry and they didn't know blacks to forgive them. But black people remember that they didn't know because they simply just didn't care. This is what the world does not know. Black people are no longer waiting for validations from their oppressors. The rejection of the apology isn't about hate. It's about accountability. And you cannot apologize for centuries of pain while still benefiting from the same system that caused the pain. And white men tearing up isn't about genuine shows or sorrow. It's about losing control of the narratives they once dominated. And here's what you need to know. The white tears show the fear. The fear of being held responsible, the fear of no longer being able to dictate or control the story. And this is a very serious moment because it's proof that black people no longer need apologies drenched in lies. What they need or demand is justice. They need truth and accountability. The tears of white men cannot wash away the crimes of history that they have done to the black man. Only action can do that. And the action here is pay off the reparations, pay off all the damages that you've caused these black people. Say sorry genuinely when you mean it. And I believe this will erase the tears of centuries of oppression and slavery. Because black people, the black Americans, have gone through a lot in the hands of white Americans. And it is time that white Americans come out genuinely to apologize on behalf of their ancestors for the wrongs that they have committed to these black people. Because the system that they created to put black people down is now being used by these black people to rise, to succeed, and to become powerful. So they are now confused because they can't tell what is happening. Because the system that they put to block a black man from succeeding is being used by that same black man to succeed. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And of course, if you love this discussion, please subscribe and leave us a comment in the comment section. And of course, this is a guy, Fred from the motherland. Thank you so much.